God has put the sun, and it has a circuit. It actually rotates around the galaxy, and which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, which rejoices as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Literally, I told you the sun does have movement, but technically, what David is here saying, the psalmist, is he's saying that the sun looks like, it's not actually, he's using metaphor, it looks like when the day begins, it rises in the east, and it looks like a strong man is running, and he's going very fast. The sun, of course, must be, it's not actually moving like this, the earth is rotating, but it is what it looks like, and then it goes down and it sets in the west. As the hymn says, day is dying in the west, and so on. So the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. This is exactly what happened with the gospel. We who preach the gospel are the stars and the suns and the lights of the world, who God has ordained to preach the gospel and to declare the glory of God like the sun does and the stars do, the glory of Christ in the gospel. And just like the gospel began in the east at Judah, and then by the taking up of the Apostle Paul, the apostle of the Gentiles, begins to run west all the way across the Mediterranean, until, as he says in Romans 15, my hope is to go all the way to the furthest reaches of the inhabited world at that time. America was not inhabited, that's my opinion, but all the way to Spain, the very furthest reach, the very far western boundary. That way the sun can set, as it were, over there, of the gospel being preached. And therefore all people may hear that gospel message. What an amazing thing to look forward to in the future for us. Says one man, happy that day when it can be said with literal truth that their sound of the gospel has gone out into all the earth, and that as far as the sun in his daily course sheds his beams, so far the Son of Righteousness sheds also his pure and lovely rays into the abodes of human beings, and that all people have the brilliant warmth of the gospel come to them. I think particularly here in Africa, we're in the east, right? Where the sun is rising in the east over Africa, and the sun is going to move, as it were, the gospel is going to move all the way across the continent, thank God, and preach to them.